Rock and rollers, good day. It's TJR Classic Rock Corner here, Terrence Reardon. I should do my intro. Oh, wait a minute. Do my I should do my podcast. I should do another intro for this. Yeah. Do. Actually, I got a better intro than It would be this. Sheesh. Okay, good day. Welcome to the live stream of TJR's Classic Rock Corner. I'm Bob McKenzie, and this is my brother Terrence Reardon. How's it going, eh? Welcome to our stream. I have another episode in the can, which is Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. I'm editing that one. Toys in the Attic from Aerosmith. I got to edit that. Yeah, I'm putting the visuals together finally. Trying to find 1975 footage of Aerosmith is like trying to pull teeth. Man, oh man. And I've also been trying to clean my bedroom, but laziness, when it's hot, you don't want to do anything. Then your anxiety kicks in and people tell you to pick up the room, then adrenaline takes over, then you're like off in a mad dash to do your room. Yeah, my room's a little pigsty-ish, but could be worse. And I had such success with Sunday night's web chat or live stream that I figured I would see if I can capture lightning in a bottle a second go round. Starting to do more of these to get the show's promotion on the go and see what else I can do. See what else I'm going to talk about in the future. One band I will be discussing at some stage, I was going to start recording today, but I got distracted by my 80-year-old father. Caring for him was Def Leppard's Pyromania. RC84, how's it going, eh? You better be a real human being, otherwise I throw you off the board, eh? A lot of knobs who like to stroll and harass. Workout in gym. ARC64, get the fuck out of here, you shit heap. You're a bot. Now take a hike. Your ass, you're gone. RC64, you're out of here. It's music, rock and roll, not gym, not things. If anyone's a bot, leave. Those who are fans, Flexi Edits, hope you're a real human being and a music fan. If so, welcome aboard. If you're a bot, out you go. Some people like to do this to get me all riled up. Watto, hello, how's it going, eh? Music fan, I hope. Music fan, rock and roll fan, music fan, good. Out go you bots. Watto, I am not a bot. I'm not AI either. I'm a real human being. I just don't take shit from fakes. Good. Favorite genre? Well, the name of the channel's obvious. Classic rock. Traditional metal, hard rock, progressive rock, rock and roll. Military, yes. Retired U.S. Army. My father's retired U.S. Army. 22 years U.S. Army. I would have served, but I'm autistic. The bots. Yeah, you got that right, Watto. Favorite band? Very obvious. Here's a hint. Pink Floyd, yes. Blackie, what do you play? I'm a drummer, guitarist, keyboard player. Good. Robots in Disguise. Yeah, like the Transformers, except Lion did a kick-ass version of the Transformers theme for the animated movie in 1986. Serge Harris, J.R. Jar, one of the best musical directors, especially his song June Panel. Cajon. System of a Down. Musically, they're great. I just can't get behind that singing. Sounds like Armenia, City in the Sky. Nirvana isn't bad. Actually, spread positively. I'm a Catholic. I know the Lord Jesus Christ loves me. Yeah. Bradley Vlogs. Hopefully you're a music fan. If so, welcome aboard. Shinedown. I'm not into modern rock. Shinedown, I hate to say it. Cojones. Cajon. Balls. Cojones means balls. I know, I'm not stupid. He doesn't. Benny Mulconey. He doesn't. I'm from Perth, Australia. Classic rock fan, I hope. If a fan of alternative rock, not alternative rock, but if you're a bot, one of those AI accounts trying to get a rise out of me, I have every privilege to kick you out. Oh, cajon. I'm a rock and roller. Cajon's not played in rock and roll. What instrument would, what type of music is a cajon played? Closure by Chevelle. Arrested for tax evasion. Really, Jimmy? Gonna talk about tax evasion? Get the hell out of here. I don't need bots like you scumbag. Bradley Vlogs, Nirvana. Never mind. Great record. I should do an episode on that one. Tax evasion. Any tax evasion's advice. Determined. Get the fuck out of here. I am not a bot. I'm not a tax evasion guy. Don't fuck with me. Because I'm not in the mood. You sit in it and play like a drum. Oh, something new. I never heard of that. It's just sometimes people come in and they, if they're real music fans, classic rock fans, I'm happy to talk about that. But if you're going to come in and troll my videos and, no, Jimmy, now get the hell out of here. System of a Down. The answer is no. Don't like him. Cajon is underwear. Are you serious? If you're an AI freak, get the fuck out. You got that right, Bradley. If you're an AI, yeah. I think I should make you a moderator, Bradley. As a matter of fact, I think I should make you, as of now, Bradley, you're a moderator. Stacy Ace. Stacy H. Dud? You mean dude. And that's Britney Spears black jargon with what's up. Say, how's it going? How are you? Not what's up. It sounds like any newer bands. Rival Sons, Matt Gilmore, Mirador. Mirador is actually a spinoff of Greta Van Fleet with the guitarist of that band and another lead singer. It's topic of the night. Frank Affa, if you're a porn star, you're out of here. Rocks. Aerosmith rocks. Here's the rocks I like. Right here. This album here. Great rock group called Evasion Fraud. Seriously determined, if you're going to say crap like that, get the hell out of here. I know what you're trying to do. Goad me and yelling and freaking out. Rollins Band, I never really got into them. I tried. They were big during my college years. A Liar. That's the song, Liar. That was their big and only hit. Great chorus, though. Heavy, bludgeoning. The verse is kind of boring, but when it gets to that chorus with the guitars kicking in, No AI Allowed. You got that right. Yeah, Rollins was a whack job. Thrash. Oh, Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, classic Anthrax up through, say, Persistence of Time. Classic. Metallica, went to see them last year. I know Rollins is a whack dude. Pantera. Hell yeah. Vulgar Display of Power, Cowboys from Hell, Far Beyond Driven. Great records. Terry Date was the unsung hero of that band, co-producer. He was the unofficial fifth member of the band. Oh, I had to shave my head early on in life because my hair thinned out. Try having your hair thin out when you're in your early 20s. I'm 49 years old. Power Trip. It doesn't sound like you've been paying your... Determined. Get the fuck out of here. You know what? Determined. You're gone. Out you go. Your ass is out of here. Do I watch sports? Red Sox, baseball. Yeah. What do you call this? Flex edits. Red Sox fan, Patriots fan, Celtics fan, Bruins fan, New England sports. Beat mixing of records in the 90s was by Terry. Under Oath. Hang on. Let me see how you do this. Pinning. How do you pin no AI allowed? Hang on. Whoops. Pseudo. This is my favorite band. Ready for it? Look. And if that doesn't comprehend you, maybe this will. Delamere, I know the Bruins had a terrible season, but here's the truth. I was named after the Boston Bruin, number 24, Terry O'Reilly. KK, you're out of here. Under Oath, Metalcore, I never got into that. Pseudo, you sound like John Rothwell Sr. And if you're a fake, leave now. It's just I'm trying to talk classic rock and music. I think you hold down what I said and click pin. Hang on. Hang on. Done. No AI allowed. Scooter Bob, hope you're a real human being, classic rock. Kingy, Bonfoni sucks. I'll say what Kurt Cobain said about him. And I quote, Bon Jovi was an untalented piece of shit. Chevelle, you better not go cheering for that rap because that left you to go to Florida for the finals. I don't actually. What do I listen to? Well, classic rock. Pink Floyd, Rush, Queen, Iron Maiden, Led Zeppelin, Metallica, AC/DC. Yeah, Bonfoni. That's the reason why Nirvana and Pearl Jam happened. Because Bonfoni stole from Def Leppard. Limp Bizkit. That's what I think of Limp Bizkit. Everything they put out was fucking crap. Rammstein. That's what I think of them too. So what? Bonfoni is a loser. He's a talentless piece of shit. Maiden. Now that's a band. Long live Maiden. Thin Lizzy. There's another Tic Tac Head. Are you starting trouble, you son of a bitch? If so, get the hell out of here. Let's see. Back in Black. Great record. Iron Maiden. Favorite albums? Peace of Mind. Power Slave. Somewhere in Time. Seven Son of a Seven Son. I even liked Book of Souls. God, who the fuck? Well, I have a problem with bands who sing in a foreign language. Boston. No, that's my wheelhouse, baby. Boston. What do you call this? One of the greatest albums in history. Traveler 34, you get that right. Italy in the House. Aerosmith. Well, I'm from Boston. What do you call this? Joe Perry didn't even like Aerosmith. Kansas. They rule. Gorillaz was part of a spinoff of Blur, I think. Twin Atlantic. What are they? Britney Spears type music? Get out of here. Gado. Ireland. I'm half Irish. My best friend from college, 90% Italian. So Irish, Italian. Pentagram. Are you satanic? Tom Scholes. Tom Scholes was the man. Street Dogs. I had to give them a try. Street Dogs. Pentagram. What are they, satanic? Super. Hasuna. If you're talking porn, get out of here. I never voted for Beijing Joe. Yeah, Mr. I'll take your AR-20. I don't do politics. I'm apolitical, by the way. In fact, I think both political parties are a friggin' joke. I didn't vote for nobody. And I'm proud I didn't vote for squat. Yeah. Coram Dio, you're a fake. Now get your ass. You know what? You're fired. Tears for Fears, brilliant band. Don't know who Pentagram is. I don't know who Pentagram is. Oh my God, Pentagram. Boston's good, Triumph is good, Max Webster, phenomenal bands. If it wasn't for Rush, I wouldn't have known who Max Webster was. Thank the three wise men from Toronto, Getty, Alex, and Neil. May Neil lay in peace. Tears for Fears. As a matter of fact, I have songs from the big chair somewhere. I'm in the midst of renovating my room here, so I'm a little pigsty-ish, but I have the songs from the Big Cheer album. One of the best albums of the 80s decade. Shout, Working Hour, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Mother's Talk, I Believe, Beautiful Ballad, Broken, Head Over Heels with a Broken Reprise outro, Listen, which is a beautiful song with Kurt Smith singing the verses, and then the chants sung by Roland Orzabal and some chick. I forgot who the chick was, but Kurt Smith sang those brilliant verses on that track. And it's funny, he went from singing half of the first album to only 2 lead vocals on songs from The Big Chair, and then only 1 lead vocal on Seeds of Love. I mean, Kurt Smith, to me, was the other half of that band. Because if you didn't have Kurt Smith, it wasn't really Tears for Fears. It was okay, but wasn't really Tears for Fears without Kurt Smith, as far as I'm concerned. It's just growing up as a rock music fan, I'm 49 years old now. There's my age. But I don't look it or feel it or sound like it. I'm not other YouTube channels who are people my age who are like wrinkled and gray-haired and, bloated and like, 20 double chins and shit. That's not me. I mean, it's, doing this podcast has not been an easy thing. I've been slow at episodes. In fact, to get back to the guy who asked me about Aerosmith, let me see. Bradley Vlogs, Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Next episode. I only do one Pride Day in June, and that's Autism Pride Day. Because I'm autistic. Baldy. Izzy, are you complimenting me or are you pissing me off? Okay, Izzy. Okay, Ralph Vieira. You're out of here too. Now get out. Stumble onto your channel. Classic rock could never be reproduced. Thank you very much. I'm appreciative of that. Pseudo, I'm glad, Megadeth. In fact, I have an episode of Metallica up, as a matter of fact, 2 of them. And Justice for All and Ride the Lightning. And yeah, Megadeth. Here's a classic for you. Megadeth, Rust in Peace, Buying Style, or Pseudo. Here's a killer album. Rust in Peace is the original mix. Not that remixed, retooled crap. Hell yeah. Coheed and Cambria. I gotta give them a try. This is some trying to promote a show. If you're gonna make him pissed, just leave. You got that right. Please stop acknowledging him. It's wasting a good stream. Yeah. That's sick. Yeah, it's just I had no control that I was gonna lose my hair early on in life. I'm autistic. I only do autistic Pride Day. I'm high functioning autistic. And the last time I checked, I'm attracted to females. I'm wacky over females. Thank you, my man. New episode in the next few days on Toys in the Attic by Aerosmith. You heard it here first. I'm just putting the visuals together. And trying to find visual from 1975. Tricky. Fait que cela talou. Being bald is attractive, in my opinion. Well, thank you. If you're a chick, I find you rather cute, too. God, I love females. Wow, man. Real wild. Thank you very much. I got that from the cartoon, the Foghorn Leghorn cartoon with that hip little rooster cock there. Man, that's crazy, man. You're called Nell. Yeah, man, I gotta check some Coheed and Cambria. I'll screen cap that. There you go. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness. Man, you're the sickest, like idios, my friend. You don't get cartoons like that these days. Do I have a favorite? I don't drink alcohol, as a matter of fact. I'm allergic to it. I only drank beer one time. I got so sick I didn't do it again. I got violently ill and started throwing up all over the place. My favorite drink, though, is... New favorite drink is iced tea Sprite, believe it or not. It's Sprite tea. Sprite tea. Yeah, it's Sprite with iced tea in it. It's great. You know, it's got the lemon lime feel. And I also drink water. Lactose intolerant, had a similar first time experience at a milkshake. Well, my best friend from college, Danielle, she's lactose intolerant as well. Love that tea. You got that right, my man. You see, Mountain Dew Code Red. That's good as well. I wish many more folk were allergic. I hate being around drunk people. They talk so much shit. I'm too young for CD eras, but holding a physical copy of your favorite artist will always be unmatchable. It's never too late to join the CD format, my friend. I'm proud of you for not drinking for over 10 years. Why, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Some people say I look younger than 49 years old. I mean, I'll be... hard to believe I'll be 50 in January. Let's see. Second Stage, Turbine Blade, and Keeping Secrets of Silent Earth 3, and Good Apollo, Burn Star 4. I better check into some of those bands. Yeah. I have like almost 300 CDs. I definitely don't look almost 50. Why, thank you very much. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I think the music keeps us alive. Exactly. It does. Well, when you're a classic rock brainiac, Sublime. How many vinyls do I own? Close to 200. I'm 49 years old. Try being a mom of a 49-year-old. I'm 43 in July. Bless your heart. Try and be a mom of a 49-year-old. Well, my dad's 80. Could you subbing your channel, Brad? I screen capped. So yeah, I'll be doing this. Sublime is lowest musical trash. You got that right, dude. I never liked Sublime. You know, I may be shot for saying this because I'm a rock and roll guy, but I'd rather listen to Shy, a Boyz II Men knockoff group. They were on the same record label as Sublime. Yeah. And my brother, my biological brother, was 11 months older than me. He was into hip-hop and R&B, and him and I used to have rumbles when we were younger over music. He'd be into the hip-hop rap thing, me being the rock and roller. Him and I had some rumbles. I'm not going to lie. Him and I would duke it out like the Three Stooges. You know, it would turn like, you know, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. My brother would be like The Rock, and I'd be like Austin. Talking trash, giving the bird. Man, oh man. Doesn't chat about music bring about only music? Sure. I mean, music and New England sports are my only two things that I love in life. You know, because I don't know diddly squat about politics. I'm apolitical. Chili Peppers. Blah! Red Hot Chili Peppers make me want to vomit. Now, you want to know a better band? Here's a better band. Whoops, I almost broke the damn disc. Now, here's music. This is art. Queen, News of the World, motherfuckers. This album rocks. Really? Music, horses, and gardening. Bless your heart, Nell. Bless your heart. Red Hot Chili Peppers. No politics allowed. You got that right, Samson. Mayank, to quote, I got two words for you, in the immortal words of Vince McMahon and Stephanie McMahon. You're fired. Sheesh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, classic wrestling. So I had to get rid of the trolls. I usually go, yeah, chili peppers. And you know what else I'd rather hear than the Red Hot Chili Peppers? Here's an album. Here's something. Yeah, obvious pick, but an album I never get sick and tired of. Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd. No matter how many times I've heard it over my whole life, I never get tired of that album. I don't get tired of it. People like, oh, let's see. Yeah, Dark Side of the Moon. Masterpiece. You know what else is a masterpiece? Here's another masterpiece. Pink Floyd is Eternal. You got that right. Here's another classic. Presence by Led Zeppelin. Anyone that doesn't like this album, give it a reassessment. You'll be surprised, guaranteed. And of course, another classic Led Zeppelin album. Holy Diver by Dio. Ass Kicking Rules. Led Zeppelin 3, another classic. Gillum, if you're talking porn, Leave. Heavenly. Amazing album. You got that right. Nobody's Fault But Mine. T for One. Achilles' Last Stand. Holy Diver by Dio. Yes, I was playing that. Thank you very much, Tipsy. You rock, dude. Yeah, Holy Diver. I was playing that in my senior high school. That was in November of 93. Yeah, at the time of grunge, I was listening to metal. Go figure. I was helplessly trapped in my childhood, trying to relive every phase of my life in my final year of school. I just went to see a Pink Floyd 50-year memorial concert with two of the original backing singers here in Estonia. It was incredible. Valky, I actually saw Pink Floyd's Division Bell tour in May of 1994. May of 94, Foxborough Stadium, night 2 of 3. They were amazing. Best concert I have ever been to in my life. And my favorite Pink Floyd album of all time, I'll give you another hint. Because I got 3 CD copies of this darn thing, but here's one of 3 CDs of it I have. My favorite Pink Floyd album of all time, Wish You Were Here. That's my favorite. My second favorite, this may piss off a few people. Maybe it won't. But it was the only album that the first album of theirs I bought the day it came out, the Division Bell. This is the tour I saw at Foxborough Stadium. And they played 5 songs from this album. What Do You Want From Me? Take It Back, Pulls Apart, then I went to see them. Keep Talking, and of course High Hopes, which was played in the second set after Time, Breathe, Reprise. Jets to Brazil. The only Jets I know are the New York Jets, the quasi-crappy football team. Black Sabbath on your radar. Black Sabbath. I saw them not once, not twice, but 3 times a baby. Hell yeah. Once with Tony Martin in 1995, Motorhead with the opening act. Ronnie Dio, a.k.a. Heaven and Hell, and Ozzy fronted Sabbath in August 2016 on their The End tour, with Rival Sons opening up and kicking ass. Do I have anything more obscure? I don't know if you call this band obscure, but they're very underrated. I had to turn my light on here as I go into the bedroom here. Underappreciated, and one of the most overlooked bands in the history of mankind. Time, classic tune. Here's an underappreciated band most people don't like, but it's one of the most popular episodes in the channel here. The Tubes. All right, Bradley, get some sleep. But remember, no AI allowed on this channel. General AI is dumb. Maybe a locked-in AI trend shared by some artists. Yeah. But this is a classic album right here. A band that should have been bigger, but typical record company politics. Yeah. This was the album I'll talk to you later on, in fact. And Don't Want to Wait Anymore. And yeah, my episode on this album, one of the best I ever did. You'd love it. Guaranteed. Let's see. Black Sabbath, great. Disturbed, not really my wheelhouse. Green Day, I just cannot get into them. Rage Against the Machine, aka the hypocrites of the music industry. They claim to be against the machine, but yet they record for a corporate major record label. If they were against the machine, they'd be releasing things on like Epitaph or Sub Pop, not signed to Epic Records or Sony Music. Fleetwood Mac, The Chain. Gilliam, God bless you, my man. Fleetwood Mac, The Chain. Well, my favorite Fleetwood Mac album, You May Shoot Me, Tusk. Yeah, I prefer Tusk to the Rumors album. Ringo and Anselmo. If you're making fun of me, you can leave. Because I'm not going to put up your. Remember, no AI crap and no trolls allowed either. So if you're trolling me, you're picking on the wrong guy. The songs are still great, yeah. I mean, Oh Daddy, I can listen to that tune. Songbird, the songs that don't get played, I can listen to. Never Going Back Again, I rarely hear that on the radio. Songbird, Oh Daddy. I don't need to hear. Valky, you have to run work time, but it's going to subscribe, come back to chat again. God bless you, ma'am. You rule, you rock. Have a safe day and concentrate on the road and enjoy your evening. Yeah, my evening's turning into a late night, but keep on rocking in the free world. Iggy Pop. Okay, Ringo. Your ass is terminated. Sayonara. Good night, Valky. You rock. Oh boy. I'm having to deal with a lot of trolls, I'm telling you. I mean, it's music, sports. I'm not political. And for the record, I'm a Catholic, but I don't enforce my views on people. I'm a believer, but I find organized religion to be a joke. You can believe in God and critique organized religion. But I don't want to go there. I want to stick to rock and roll. Classic rock and other bands that I love. Bad Company, Dire Straits, as I look at my collection here. Whitesnake, Deep Purple, The Police, The Beatles. So many bands over the years. Yeah, I even love the Eagles, the Stones, the Who. Oh my goodness. I should play, I should have a song for Trolls, which I stole from Eric Cartman, but it's a classic, which is called I Hate You Guys. I hate you guys. You guys are assholes. Especially Kenny. I hate him the most. Oh my goodness. That was one of my favorite South Park moments. Cartman in his young voice singing, I hate you guys. I hate you guys. You guys are assholes. Especially Kenny. I hate him the most. Oh my god. South Park, one of the funniest shows I've ever watched in my life. A lot of people don't like it, but how can anyone hate Eric Cartman? Cartman rules. Him and Butters, my two favorite characters. Let's see. As I transfer from one room to the next, I have a pretty decent sized bedroom here. Let's see. MGM Siberian Breaks. Yeah. With a rebel yell, you cry, mo, 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 wow. How you doing, Brad? Good to have you back, bro. In the midnight hour, babe, mom. My kind of religious person. Their rules are their own and not to be pushed on others. Gilliam, you got that right, my man. It's just, why didn't God make me John Lennon? Well, Eker, Cartman was designed to be actually an anti-hero. Hated and loved at the same time. There was a lot of episodes where he was a good guy. He saved Kyle's brother from that creepy teacher that wanted to have sex with Kyle's little brother. Saved Kyle from the hippies, the smog in San Francisco. Risked his future for his friends. So he's not designed to be hated. He's actually an anti-hero. Just like Stone Cold Steve Austin's character in WWE wasn't designed to be your Hulk Hogan good guy. Well, Here's the thing. Stone Cold Steve Austin was not supposed to be a good guy. He was the bad finger gesturing foul mouth guy, but he's a hero. The fans loved him and related. Yeah. Oh my god. I like to cross rebel your with it. Yeah, I could try that again. With a rebel yell. Mo, 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 mo. Ow! In the midnight hour. Mo, mo, mo. Shut up, you knuckleheads. Oh my goodness. I like the cross rebel yell with the Three Stooges. Cry, hey Mo. Wolverine's an anti-hero. You got that right. Wolverine, Batman, I guess you can construe. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Rowdy Roddy Piper. He was the original. Punisher, yeah. Jake the Snake Roberts. He was supposed to be a bad guy, but his feud with the Honky Tonk Man made him a good guy, and people just cheered him on, for pretty much the rest of his career. Even when he was a heel against Macho Man Randy Savage, he was booed. I mean, he was cheered because you can't hate Jake the Snake. And in fact, if it wasn't for Jake the Snake, Steve Austin wouldn't have been the hip guy in WWE. Oh my God. Cartman singing "Oh Holy Night" was hilarious. You got that right. Especially when he was singing with the cattle prod. Christmas trees and pies. Macho Man was the best. Oh yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah, dig it. Sound like I snorted a lot of cocaine. Yeah. A cup of coffee in the morning. Yeah, get myself good. Yeah, dig it. Macho Man Randy Savage. Macho Man for president. Macho Man for prime minister. Oh, I'm so excited myself. Yeah. What is this? Yeah, I'm trying to promote my show, and talk about my podcast, but people popping up and asking me random questions. I have to respond. So, Vern, I'm a classic rock podcast, and if you're a real person and you're a fan of classic rock, I urge you to check my show out and subscribe. If not, leave. Alternate lyrics that cannot be heard. Scream out loud. Oh my god. I scream out loud. I say, yo, I stepped on Lego. We're halfway there. Whoa, on a chair. What about the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be? Bret Hart. Yeah, he was one of my favorites. Especially when he was the bad guy in America and the good guy in the rest of the world. You dumb Americans, cheer for that scum Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hey, Brett, I don't give a rat's ass who cheers for me and who boos for me. At least I don't cry all the way going back all the way to damn Canada. And that's the bottom line because the 316 said so. Bret Hart was one of the greatest heels ever. Exactly. They're calling Nirvana classic rock. Well, hard to say. They did change the world with Nevermind, but it wasn't an overnight sensation. It wasn't like the press, because I lived it. I was a teenager. I was just about to turn 16 years old when Nevermind hit number one. That was in January 92. And it took months. I mean, for the first 3 or so months of its release, Nevermind was a flop. Billy Corgan sounds like he had his balls removed. He sings like he has no testicles. I think they removed his testicles and they removed his dick, and he has a hole. Yeah. Yeah, we're old. I don't like the Smashing Pumpkins. I'd rather hear my singers that have testicles and sing with, oh, yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, January 24th, 1976. I was 16 years old as of January 24th, 1992. I remember when I got that birthday, too. Rage for Order by Queensryche on CD. Empire by Queensryche on CD because my cassettes were already worn to shreds. So I had to upgrade to the CD format. Pink Floyd Works on CD. Metal from Pink Floyd on CD. And what else did I get? Oh, yeah. A few Van Halen titles. Van Halen's Fair Warning. And I think the Who's Face Dance is on CD. Yeah, because my Van Halen one was delayed by Columbia House and Women and Children First. You sounds like you like women to sing to you. Britney Spears is a piece of trailer park trash. You know, the woman had it all. She's a drug addict, killed, ruined her looks, all because of her drug use. I had an Atari back in the day when I was a small kid. Atari 2600, I used to play that thing religiously. My favorite video games are Pac-Man, Pole Position, baseball, so many of them. I even had the original Sega system, Nintendo, you name it, I had it. Another brick in the wall sounds awesome on a CD with stereo system. Well, I never ruined my looks. Nerd fart, I've always looked good. I did not ever ruin my looks. Because if I ruin my looks, I have like love handles from hell, all bloated. I look like the guy Sean Morrison rocks on YouTube, the Staten Island punk. Because I don't want to be fat shaming Mr. Atari. I popped it during the NES era. Well, being technically I'm referred to as a Zennial, which means micro generation XY. Those born between 1976 and 1982 were kind of caught between the transition of X and Y. So it kind of makes me somewhere in the transition period of going from X to Y. And it's interesting. A lot of hard rock stars. How many hard rockers didn't do heroin? Many. Super Nintendo was the best gaming system. I wish I had that. Label fetish. Nerd fart. Okay, nerd fart. You're gone. Take a hike. I apologize, folks, but I just don't put up with crap from bots or scum or robot scum. I'm trying to find. Sorry if my room's a pigsty. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. It's just sometimes let's see. Henry Rollins, he's all right. I mean, yeah, he's a great actor. He was in that movie with Charlie Sheen and Christy Swanson. I forget. Yeah, The Chase. He was the cop in that movie. Great actor. Some of his singing I can tolerate in small doses. Commandment 2. Well, no images of God. Well, here we go. I take the 10 commandments and reduce it to 3. Here's the reason. 10 was too inflated. And some of the commandments are kind of out of date in the 21st century. So just take the first 3 out, combine the fidelity, the marital infidelity and dishonesty, and turn it into positive. Thou shalt be honest and faithful. Thou shalt refrain from killing, and thou shalt keep views to thyself. 3 is all you need, and that's all I got to know. Exactly. You can combine a lot of commandments. I got that from George Carlin. The music has satanic backward message. Oh my goodness. To me, it sounds like it sounds like that goon on the Popeye cartoon in the early 80s. Alice the Goon in those Popeye cartoons from Hanna-Barbera. Alice the Goon when Olive Oil was in that Private Benjamin parody type cartoon thing. Yeah, shorten the commandments. We're going to hell, aren't we? No, we're still going to the same place. It's just, reducing them all, because some of them are condemning the same types of behavior. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness, a.k.a. lie. That's dishonesty. Thou, change it to positive to, thou shall be honest. And covet thy neighbor's good. That's kind of ridiculous, because if your neighbor has a cool sports car, you want to get one too. Coveting is in the brain. And I saw the George Carlin bit. Yeah, leave that alone. If your neighbor has a cool sports car, you want to get one too. So basically, coveting, it keeps the economy going. Paul McCartney died a long time ago. Everyone should have a picture of young Obi-Wan Kenobi somewhere in their house. Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Luke, may the Force be with you. That's just not coveting. Oh my goodness. You'll go to the Dago system and meet Yoda, the same man who taught me. Then, Luke, gotta keep you warm, kid. This may smell bad, kid, but it'll keep you warm. Oh my goodness. Who knew that Han Solo was the best friend of Luke Skywalker? Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi. Lord Vader. Oops. Excuse me. That does it. I cast thee out. Flanders. Now, watching Ed Flanders, that guy is what you call textbook hippo-Christian. Hypocrite. Gilliam Vespa. No, I'm not drunk. If you're drinking this, that's not alcoholic. I don't touch alcohol. I refuse. That's the first time I've ever heard anything of refuse. I'm just picking up a couple of things as I talk and do this live stream here. But c'est la vie. All your leaves are turning to brown. We scatter them around you, c'est la vie. In the night and how am I to know if you don't let your love show for me, c'est la vie. Greg Lake of Emerson, Lake and Palmer wrote those lyrics. Man, oh man. And playing rock music as I do these live streams kind of helps the vibe go. And other rock music news. Oh man. Just trying to think of what else is going on in the world. I mean, I try to stay out of politics because quite frankly, it's not going to get you anywhere. And everyone's like, oh, how can you? I'm like, well, if you boycott an artist because of their political views, you're going to be stuck listening to either Kid Rock or Ted Nugent or, who are those guys? Three Doors Down. Where are you from? Massachusetts, United States of America. And no, we're not all Democrats here. That's just a misconception that the media and the press tells you. Carry on, wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more. Da 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 dun, da 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 dun, da 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 dun. Third leg game. Gang, what the hell is that? I haven't an iota. But E. Ecker, you brought up Kansas. Well, my friend, you are in luck. Because I happens to have on vinyl here. Almost hit the darn thing. It's jammed. Aha. Kansas Leftoverture. This is my wheelhouse, baby. George Carlin said it best. Republican or Democrat, all the same. It's just the show. Yeah, and they're part of the big club, and we're not in it. You know, because what they do, their constituents, they beat into your head. Oh, you gotta hate them. Oh, you gotta hate them. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So I'm not just a greatest hits guy or a guy that listens to albums that sold millions of copies. I've had quite a few albums in my collection that didn't really do diddly squat. And I'm of the controversial batch of Kiss fans who think that Music from the Elder is a top 5 Kiss album. It's just my opinion. You know, my least favorite would be Unmasked. Also not a fan of Sonic Turd or Carnival of Souls. I can't tell people I don't like Carnival of Souls, but I just cannot get into it. I tried. You know, that was their worst selling album, despite the fact it charted at 27 and sank out of the charts within 2 weeks. Because it was 3 years too late. Carry on, my wayward son. Eat the chips till they are gone. Favorite John Lennon song, Beatle, or solo work? That's a good question. Lennon wrote a lot of great ones. but I was forced to have to pick one with a gun to my head. Pardon the pun. um, Probably would have to be Strawberry Fields or Julia. Across the Universe is good too. I like the version that was on the Let It Be Naked, where it's in its proper key as it was recorded. Because on the original Rocky Raccoon, that was Paul McCartney. That's a funny song, though. Rocky Raccoon. Oh my goodness. I don't take the lyrics that seriously. Just the way he sings is just, I just piss my pants laughing. And Piggy's the song before it, to me, is like hilarious. I don't take that serious. Lots of piggies with their piggy wives. You can see them at their dinner with their piggy wives, clutching forks and knives to eat the bacon. One more time. And then into a story about a Rocky Raccoon. Oh my goodness. Then George Harrison's country song, I listen for your footsteps coming out to dry. An Englishman's interpretation of an American Western. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, darling. Great tune. Do you think the Eagles nicked that for Please Come Home for Christmas? Because if you play the two back to back, it sounds. I think Don Henley and Glenn Frey were coked out of their brains like, man, we got to do a Christmas song. Shit, why don't we just borrow the chord progression from Please Come Home for Christmas from the Beatles and sing Please Come Home for Christmas over that? Bells will be ringing, dang, ding, ding, the sad, sad news, ding. Oh my goodness. Whoa, what a Christmas, ding, to have the blues, ding. Yeah. Yeah, the Eagles were big Beatle fans. Even Pink Floyd had a Christmas track, which was not ever officially released. It was the drummer singing Merry Christmas song, and then David Gilmour did a Christmas track under a pseudonym. Paul's Christmas song was kind of goofy, but the Beatles one, he did the Happy Christmas, everybody to you. Something favorite George Harrison tune. Mine would probably be Something's one of them. And the other would probably be, and then solo would be, I'm trying to think. I'd Have You Anytime or this song. This song, there's nothing tricky about it. The video was a hoot as well. The Beatles were, let's just say, they were the band that was responsible for the rock band boom, and rock bands writing and composing their own material. Excuse me. Blue Jay Way, great track. Glad Magical Mystery Tours releases an album here in the States, because the EP format mercifully did not take off in America. So Capitol Records did something right. Side 1, the Magical Mystery Tour EP. Side 2, the 1967 singles. Rock and roll is not black music. Its actual roots was in classical music. Yeah, because back in 17th, 18th century, in Mozart times, they were playing the Devil's Third. Da, da, da. They were playing it way before the Southerners played it. It's also in classical, Stravinsky, he would have been a heavy metal guy. Bach Rachmaninoff, whatever the dude is, Rachmaninoff, Mozart, Beethoven, Bach. They were heavy metal, and they were the rock and rolls of their time in classical days. Because some of those guys, those blues guys, I think must have picked up from the classical music, and then it translated to jazz, which also was rooted in classical music, because you needed that third, the Devil's Third. Yeah, Revolver was one of the first psychedelic albums, and then the Doors released, what's that album? Their first album in 1967.